G'day mate, welcome back to Chemistry Update 3, Space Trains and Office Supplies, and today I want to get into exactly that. I want to get into bureaucracy. It's that time where we've put the people to work in the farms and the fields and also in the food processing, so hopefully with all that sorted now, I can put them work into pushing around papers. Very important in any working civilization, and that is bureaucracy. Yep, so that's going to be today's plan. But before I get into today's plan, I need to ask you that very important question. Of course, the very important question being, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like in the video. Not happy the video didn't enjoy the video. Oh boy, do I have some paperwork you need to fill out in duplicate for me. All right, today, first thing I want to do is I want to ignore that problem. Why don't I ignore that problem? Because I just upgraded that warehouse. I want to ignore that problem. I also want to ignore that problem. Cool. All right, first thing I want to do is I want to talk about a problem I've had for a little while now, and that is steel. I don't have nearly enough steel coming in. I haven't had enough steel for quite some time. A lot of steel goes into maintenance, but also it goes into like science and construction parts and so on and so forth. So today, what I want to do with my bureaucracy is I want to save things by cutting away the waste, the corruption, the waste from the island. And also I want to, flip this belt. If I flip this belt, that means the steel that's coming out here gets prioritized over here. If it goes over here, it goes over here into construction parts. And I'd like to have more construction parts. So we're just going to boost all three of those because I have all the uni in the world, sort of. And that should help out that problem. Next thing I want to do is I want to name a couple of wonderful YouTube members. First off, can I name the wonderful Carl Daniels for being a wonderful, can I thank them for being a wonderful YouTube member and choose to support the channel. Secondly, can I thank the wonderful Patrick for also being a wonderful YouTube member, choose to support the channel, enjoying early access to the videos. And finally, can I thank the wonderful Andre for also being a YouTube member, enjoying early access to those videos. Next thing I want to do is I want to have 3 more of these guys. Yep, I need more tree planters. The wood is going backwards, which is not a good idea. Also, whilst we're here, can I have 10 more of those? All right, so with those on board, can I send these guys off? Can I send 2 of them off to, nope, not the special ops, the clearing crew. You can get 2 more diggy boys. And lastly, can I send 1 over the gold mine? Can I have you go to the gold mine? You can extra truck, and we want to actually have you mine some gold. Because up until now, we haven't been mining gold. We've just been mining everything else and pick up some gold on the side. All right, with that out of the way, next thing I want to do is, okay. Few things I want to do. First off, housing. I want to go with just a little bit of housing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just a little bit of housing. A little bit of housing. We'll come back to why we're upgrading the housing in just a second, but I want to have that at least processed in the background. Next thing I want to do is construction parts. We now have a lot more steel passing down here, which means hopefully these guys are running at full speed. They're not running full speed because I'm not sending out enough construction parts too. But I could definitely have this machine being an assembly 4, this machine being an assembly 4, and this machine being an assembly 4. The problem is they keep telling me they can't do that because there's a belt in the way. That U-shaped conveyor Mark III right above them. So what I want to do is slow down the game for just 1 second so I can come under here and I can delete this coal belt because it's in the way. Also, the other very unimportant belt beside it, being the iron belt, is also in the way. So if I delete both those, then we click on this building. Can I pin you? And can I get that done? And can I get, both those done? Yeah. Okay. And then we need to wait for them to disappear. Yep. Slow the game right the way down so we can be point on with this. Cool. Now you can be upgraded. So can I upgrade you, and you? Cool. They're all marked to be upgraded. No, I just destroyed that one. So we're going to be 1 short for assembly 3s, but that's fine. And then can I have the coal belts? Go back to there. Thank you. And then can I have the iron belts, which is a T3 belt? No, T3 belt. Copy. Thank you. T3 belt. Go from. Come on, line up. I know you want to. There you go. From there to, like, right there. I know you want to go right there. Come on. Okay. I manually placed it 4 there and then 4 there. Cool. I want to have that done. Okay, can I have those 2 built? Now that they're built, I'm going to have all 3 of those buildings built as well, and they're all going to morph into their final version. And remember how it says it was blocking things? Well, I disagree. I think that there's enough clearance in there that they should have upgraded without a problem. Yep, so we're going to upgrade all 3 of those. Also, you are also waiting to be upgraded. Can I upgrade you as well? Yep, the coal belt needs to go faster because we're also burning through coal. That's besides the point. All right, so with those things done, we should have, well, more. We should be able to make more construction parts, which is really what I need for right now, and an awful lot more construction parts, because I need to upgrade all these towns. All these townhouses are, well, 130 construction parts plus a crap ton of steel and a crap ton of glass, which also means my steel box is being rummaged very, very quickly, which also means currently I'm not making any mechanical components, which could be a problem. Probably a big problem. All right, next thing I want to do is vehicle parts. Well, that's fine. We're just going to make diggy boys and tree planters. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to make office supplies. Now, to make office supplies, we need, well, this machine right here. Can I get an assembly 4? That's the one. Okay, can I get an assembly 4? So we need to bring in paper. We need to bring household goods, being our glass rocking chairs. Also need to bring in electronics too. So I happen to have, well, glass rocking chairs right here. They need to have, no, belt please. They need to have 3 tiles behind them to allow their inputs and outputs. And then I have another 3 tiles before we get to this building. So we're going to put you here. I'm going to give you a friend and a friend and a friend. That seems about right. Friends. One more friend? One more friend. We're going to give you one more friend. Okay. And then obviously in an output box. Output box is going to be probably a smaller version due to the lack of construction parts. And we're going to put you here. Cool. Here I said. Click. Thank you. All right, so that's going to be the plan. That is 3 tiles. That is 3 tiles. That is also 3 tiles. Excellent. All right, so I need to move some things out of the way. First off, wood. Can wood go from here to here to... Okay, fine. There to there to there to there. Yep. Can I get wood moved to there? All right, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is recyclables. Can I get recyclables to go up? Can I join if not flat? You're not meant to be joining shit. You're just meant to be going up. Up. Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. Up. Okay, can I have you go to, well, here, and then we'll just start a new one. Oh, no, okay, oh, well, too late. Too late, we get more scaffolding already. Can you go to there, and then can you go from there to there? Great. Can I have that built as well? All right, can I have that part removed, and that should give us a little bit more space so I can put in one more machine. All right, we're going to go with one more. I'm going to not stretch things too far. We're going to go with one more. Okay. All right, next, I need to have you guys. You need to have your glass rocking chairs, which should be fairly easy. We should be able to find them right about here and bring them out to this tile and run them straight to there. Okay, then I need to find paper. I also need to find electronics too. Conveniently, I happen to have paper right here where we're producing 12 and 12, that's 24 paper, and then I'm using 8 and 8. So I have 4 paper plus 4 paper for free, which is enough to get it started. So can I get my paper, which is that little belt in there, and I want to bring that out, and I'd like to bring that through to here, and then probably run into electronics number 3. Electronics number 3, which is a temporary belt, needs to temporarily go away. So can I remove there to there? Excellent. So that'll remove our temporary belt, and we will dry out due to lack of water. We know about that. We'll get around to that soon. All right, so I need to have paper. The other thing I need to have is electronics 2, which happens to be right here. So can I remove that and that and that? Cool. All right, with those things removed, I should be able to get my electronics 2 to come out from here and come to here. Yep, about there. And then can I have you go up a tile and then go over the electronics 3 belt and over to here, have you come down to height number 1 and go across to there. All right, so that's electronics 2. Beside that, I want to have paper, which I'm going to trim back already. So we can put the paper on top of the electronics 2. There we go. Can I put you here, height 3? You're going to come over here, you come over here, and then you can come down to height 2, and you're going to go through to the end. Cool. With that done, that should be our 2 ingredients I need. Also, I need to make sure we get electronics 2 back up to here. So can I get a flat lift? Can we put a flat lift here and up to there? Cool. That should be all I need to have the required ingredients over here to start making our office supplies. So can I have flat conveyor? Can we go from you into you, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Cool. I also have a flat lift just there, and a slightly taller flat lift. Thank you. What? Oh, that's the wrong height. There we go. Flat lift. There. Yeah. And then a flat lift that's slightly taller. There. Cool. I need to have those two. We're going to copy those from there to there to there and to there. And then I can bring my glass rocketeers into the bottom. Here, and here. Please just work. What? Thank you. Alright, can I not have that belt sticking out the end? And can I have not that belt sticking out the end either? Cool. Can I have that done? And that done. And what are we missing? We're missing this section of belt right here. Cool. I have that bit of belt being built as well. Alright, so that should be all I need to have my office supplies start working. Great. Step number 1. Step number 2 is I need to put in some offices. So offices are slightly large buildings. They require an awful lot of workers. Hence I went and built a whole lot of houses. Not enough houses. Not nearly enough houses. I need more houses. I need more construction parts. I need you to run better. Can I pause that belt outright? We're just going to pause that belt outright. We're just not going to make any mechanical components for right now. We're just going to make all the construction parts all the time. Yeah. Can I pause that? Oh, no, wrong button. Pause that belt as well. We're going to go all out. All construction parts all the time. Because I need to have a lot more houses upgrade. All right. Offices, buildings, office. There we go. They come in 3 different sizes. Okay. First off, we have the little one. It's nice. It's cute. It's pretty. Then we have the tier 2, which is slightly bigger than tier 1. And I think I can upgrade from one to the next. I'm not sure. And then we have the tier 3. Now, as I know myself, I know how I operate. I'm not going to build the little one, that's for sure. That's just too small. Too small for my liking. The middle one, it has some benefits, but I'm going to go for the big one. Big one requires 1,000 workers. The middle one requires 500 workers. The little one requires just 250 workers. And they're going to provide you focus points. Focus points let you focus down on a single thing and put as much bureaucracy and time as you want into it. Now, as you can see from our bonus on the screen, there's a number of things we can get. And all these require a certain amount of focus. You know, for me to get one lot of 2.5% extra truck capacity, that's going to cost me 40 focus points. Now, that's fine and well, but how many focus points do I get for 1,000 workers? 1,000. So I want to look at what we have our choices of building and what we can have our people do, and we want to focus them down on a few things. I also want to work out exactly how much focus I can build, and the answer is probably a lot. So can I put one here, right in the corner there? Cool. Can I put a second one right beside it? Which would be there. Can I have a third one right beside that, which would be there. A fourth one, but by the way, it's 4,000 people. And a fifth one, you won't fit by a tile. Devs, it's ruined. It won't fit by a tile. One tile. One tile, I say. Okay, so I can fit an awful lot of offices. If I put an office directly opposite an office, with 5 tiles in the middle. That's not 5 tiles. I don't think that's 5 tiles. Can I have that's 3 tiles. All right. Can I have you go there? You go there. I could still technically get out the loose material because this has recyclables as an output in that gap, and that is slightly shorter than a office block, than a set of 8 houses. Okay, that's good to know. All right. Can I move you? To the right, cool. And then if that all was centered, like so, that is, I think that's the exact same size. Can I get one of these? Okay, it's 1 tile shorter. 1 tile shorter. Okay, apart from the fact that I can't get things in the size, which is just annoying. All right, so I want to build a couple of offices, and I'm thinking right here seems like a good spot if we're going to have our office supplies right there. Why are you not working? Waiting for oh, okay, that's why you're not working. I found the problem. Okay, it's a little problem, minor problem. Okay, office supplies. All right, clearing crew, no place to dump products. I disagree. What are you assigned to? You're assigned to that, and that. Okay, I might need to set up a few things. All right, I'll leave offices there for a moment. Can I have a dumping tower? I have decided that we're going to go with brand new dumping towers rather than all the other random towers I've had all over the place. Can you be a dumping tower? This is dumping tower number 1. Can you go there? Which means this tower gets to go away. Cool. Can I go to dumping tower number 1? Which, as the area you're dumping from, I want you to import from this guy. And also technically sand. No, I don't really want you to import from sand either. Because sand is trying to dump in their own area right here where, you know, I just need to fill in with rock. Okay, So it's going to be W tower number 1. W tower number 2, edit area. Can I select this? Thank you. Can you import from, iron's pretty close to you. Also, the copper crew is pretty close to you as well. Cool. Could I have you do both of those? All right. W tower number 3, which we're going to edit area. We're going to assign you over here. Yep. You are going to be importing from, the copper tower, the coal tower, and also the clearing crew. Yep. And where's that tower? You've been buried for a long time. You were allocated to this. You can now be gone away. Can I have you be gone? Can I also have surfaces? Can I have the brick underneath you removed and the brick underneath you removed? Thank you. All right, that should tidy up that just a little bit. All right, can I go to W tower number 4? 4? And I guess the only thing I want to cover is from here to here. I'm trying to build a bridge across, and I just need it dumped. Nobody's really assigned to it. I guess these guys would be assigned to it. I guess the special ops crew, which is that one, right? Okay, pin that. Yeah, it's special ops crew. Special ops crew can be assigned to that because it's technically the closest to them. And I guess you could also be assigned to iron, but I don't think iron needs that many assignments. All right, so that should solve that problem. And corn lost due to water, we need to get to that. And we're running low on mechanical components. Okay, but I have construction parts, right? No. But I have towns upgraded. Nice. Okay, so can I then, in that case, I still don't have nearly enough steel. Can I unpause that? And can I flip that the other direction? No, I'm going to leave that one running that way. At the moment, I just can't make construction parts 2 for contract. But we'll fix that eventually. All right. I should have a lot of workers. I have a decent amount of workers, 800. Cool. I want to build one of these buildings. And I think in my case, I want to have a 1-tile gap. Come on. Okay, I want to have a 1-tile gap there. So we get the belts in. All right. So our plan is we're going to bring our office supplies under this bridge. Yep, I forget under the bridge. I can go up and over. That works. And then I can come to this gap. This is currently at height 1. Do I want this at height 1? I guess it doesn't matter. You could be at height 1. Yeah. Sure. Can I bring that to there? All right. Can I remove all that? Can I get... Oh, no. No. No, actually, it would work. All right. Can I grab our U-shape? All right. Can I grab my recyclables? Recyclables are going to go from there to there to there to there. And then they're going to come to here. They're going to come to not that belt, but one short. Come over that. And they can join this recyclables belt. Cool. All right. And then I can bring my office supplies in. So can I have that lift? Can I put you here? Flip the other direction. And can I put you there? Cool. So I should be able to bring my office supplies into here. And I should be able to have a office building. Just one. That's all I can afford for right now. And I haven't nearly enough workers to have 2 of them. But I get one of these built. Yeah, with a office. A office, I can then choose where we're going to put all our focus points, all our research, all our bureaucracy. And I'm hoping with 1,000 workers, we can get a decent amount of points and get a decent amount of upgrades. Because I really need some upgrades. I need some serious upgrades. I need to work out some way I can save a little bit of steel in what I'm doing currently. Because I'm sort of maxed out. I am absolutely maxed out in the amount of steel I can produce. I have 3 of these guys running, which use 200 each. So that's 2, 4, 600 coming in. The belt only moves 450. That's a problem. And, each one of these needs 50 each. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's, 200 for one of these crushers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another crusher. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another crusher. So I have 600 all being used. Technically, I only move 450 on in the belt. Yeah, also I don't have enough steel for all the things we're trying to do. That's also a problem. Okay, so can I get you built, please? Almost. Come on. And now I have 85 workers. Nice. Okay, so what do I want my people to do? Okay, first off, we can boost them with computing. So for 48 computing power, 48 teraflops, I could go from 1,000 focus up to 1,200 focus. And then I can boost them even further for 192 computing power, which is an awful lot. That'll give me 1,500. I can't afford that yet, so we're not going to do that one just for now. But 48 for 120 that doesn't sound too bad. All right, first thing I'd like to do is trucks. I am paying for trucks to get overloaded by 30%. Can I have you, please? Pin. All right, and can I have this? All right, I am paying for trucks to get overloaded by 30%, but they require 40% extra maintenance. Now, if I look at my maintenance, and I look at my maintenance, well, T1, an awful lot of it is used by trucks, 10%. My maintenance T2, the dump trucks are using 30% by themselves. Gotta remember, T1 is more iron than copper, and T2 is more copper than iron. So, if I could drop that maintenance cost from 40% down to 20%, that'd be nice. But the carry capacity is going to change from 78 down to 69, which is also nice, except it's less carry capacity, which is not nice. But if I came in here and I, put some points into this one, let's go with 5. Okay, I can't do 5. I could do 5 points. Yep, that'll do me. Then my carry capacity ends up at, hang on, that's 12.5%, 15%. What's this? This is overload by 15%, overload by, 15%. Okay, can I go with 15%? 15%, okay. 15% means they can actually carry 79, which is slightly more than it was before by 1 point. No idea why it is. I'm just going to accept it. We'll call it a rounding error. But that's also going to drop my maintenance on trucks by 20%. As this is 730, 270. I could do numbers. And then we divide that by 1.4, and then we multiply it by 1.2, and then we can actually see the result. It brings my 270 maintenance down to 230 maintenance. Okay, it's not a big saving, but it's definitely a saving. So that's the first thing I want to do with my wonderful focus points. That means I don't lose out anything on the trucks. I also, more importantly, do gain 1 extra uni point. Okay, 1 extra uni point is not a lot, but it does add up. Okay. Also, actually, for 1 extra uni point, can I turn that on? Yeah, I have a problem with farms not having enough water. It's mainly a pipe flow problem. All of the pipe's not the biggest. Pipe's not the right dimension, but that's going to be something I can do with that uni, which is going to also save me maintenance, which is also going to save me steel. Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do, I still have 500 points or 500 focus points left. Can I go to you? You produce 480 maintenance for every single time you run through the cycle, but I could apply some points over here. We could do 5 points, 225. Let's do 225, and then I go from 480 maintenance to 504 maintenance, which is a decent amount. I could even increase this higher. We're at 8, and therefore I get 519 rather than 480. It means I get 8% extra maintenance every single time I run through a cycle, which technically means I use 8% less steel, which is what I'm going to take, because that sounds like a decent deal for me. But in saying that, I could probably squeeze out some more materials. I still have 30 points left over. We could put 30 points into, I guess, research efficiency, because it's only 25. My other option is, if we bring up this instead, and we go to this, over here, thank you. Over here, thank you. Rather than putting the points into there, I could remove the points from there and put them into contract profitability. So if I look at this currently on 8 modules, I have 187 vehicle parts for crude oil. Also 700 for 5,000 luxury goods. Also my slag to sale water contract. If I did this, then I drop from 187 to 183, or 180, or 176, or 173, so on and so forth. It's not a big saving. I actually think the maintenance is a bigger saving for right now. So I'm going to put them all into maintenance. Yep, all the points into maintenance right now. Okay, I can make a decent saving right there. But if I was to put some points in here, I could get a little bit more sour water back for my slag, which would be leading to more fertilizer. More fertilizer equals more farms equals more happy people. Or at least more fat people. Yeah, I definitely have some options there. So this is going to be our first step to, hopefully mitigating some of our maintenance woes. And, I didn't reconnect that belt. I probably should reconnect that belt. That's why maintenance 3 is going down. Because this belt needs to come from here, and it needs to go to, technically it needs to go there. I don't know what height's that at. That's at height 5. Okay. Actually, you can go over. Oh. Oh, can we do that? Get it over. And can I get down to that spot? Oh, I can, and it's only partially ugly. Okay, I'll take it. Can I get that done so we can actually have maintenance 3 continue? Because the belt's still temporary, but it definitely needs to be connected. Because if it's not connected, that does me no good. Not connected. Oh, I see your problem. Okay. Can I knock that piece out? And then we can just do that. Okay, now it's connected. Alright, so that's the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do is could not store all veggies after harvest. Okay, that means I definitely have a problem in here somewhere that we need to go hunt. And that seems to be that problem right there, which seems to be that belt right there. Cool. Something's an easy fix. Alright, so I need to look at the food build. The food build, which is running fine, there's nothing wrong with it so far, except there's a lot of food being stacked up and it's not getting through the process fast as I would like. And that's caused by, not by you. Is it by you? No, not by you. Okay, no, it seems to be running fine. It's just not running 100% smooth. Okay, what I'd like to do is I would like to look at my water problem, because if I look at my farms, I can click on one at the end, their irrigation tanks are currently full, but they're not always full. So first thing I want to do is I want to put in a fluid bucket. I'm going to put you right here. You are a pipe Mark 4, which is only 50% full. Okay, I want to bring that into there, and then out of there, I would like to bring a pipe T4. I'd like to bring you out and plug you into this pipe. Yes, and into this pipe. Cool. I want to make sure that if all the pipes fill up and everything, we still have available water, I want to make sure we dump the extra water into the tank, and then we can let that water out onto the 2 farm pipes as and when required. I definitely fixed that, didn't I? You belts. You need to go to the right. Okay, and I could probably 700. Maybe I can remove that boost. Maybe. All right. So fruits after harvest. I'm hoping that's just that this belt needs to catch up. Right. No, we're definitely being slowed down here as well. Okay, why are we being slowed down here? So you're bringing fruit, veggies in. These are veggies. And veggies are getting dumped back out there. And they're just running at flat out speed. Okay, can I have you... no, they're definitely being stacked 3 high when they come through. Okay, so there's nothing you can really do about that. It's just a flow problem. It's just a flow problem. Okay, and then they come down here, they get separated out, they come down here, they come down here, and they go in the aromatherapy digesters, which all seem to be full. Yeah, okay. Can I have... can I have another 4 of those turned on? Alright, water. Alright, let's start talking about water. So water, I have water pipes. I have this water pipe out here, which is not hooked into the rest of my water grid. So first thing I want to do is I want to turn this on. I want to grab water from this spot. Hello. Yep, you. I want you to come to height 5, and we're going to lock you in place and turn on your anti-magnet so we can come to here, follow the diesel pipe. And then we're going to come to here. We're going to duck to the other side, obviously, duck underneath and back up. And then I want to come down our little hill, and I need to join this to the rest of the water grid because all the water grid, in theory, ends up at one place, which is the farms, but we haven't looked at the water grid for quite some time. Okay, so can I bring you to here, you to here, you to here, and then over to here, and to there. Can I go over task? Can I go under? Oh, actually, no. Stay high for now. Can I go under? And then can I go back up? And we want to go to this point. Yep, and then we can go under the bridge, and then back up, and continue up the highway, up the ramp. Yep, up. More upsies. Cool, and then to here. All right, after I get to here, can I come forward a little bit? And then I want to join into this pipe. But before I join into that pipe, can I get you to leave there for 2 seconds? Can I talk about these guys? These guys have farms right here. So what I'd like to do is like measure out a farm. Actually, the best way to do that is copy that plus a tile. That goes there, and that means the farm goes there, correct? And that means you are the same length as the farm, one tile short. Okay, so that means that the farm is here. Okay, can you just live there somewhere? Thank you. Thank you. Cool. All right, can I have you? Can I put you here? Can I go one? Actually, 1, 2, 3. And you guys are all three of you are running into a pipe Mark II, which moves 200, and you are not maxed out the pipe. So that implies, well, the pipe's full, but the water resource is not drained. So that implies, at the very minimum, that I have potential for having more water at that location. Okay, can I bring this to... Where was that? It's here. Okay, can I put you here? All right, can I bring my pipe? My pipe, which I'm just going to build that half. And can we bring the pipe onwards? So this should have 3 pumps being 150 water. That's what it should have in it. It might have more. It might have less. I don't know. The only way we know exactly how much water they have in them, whether it be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, is to put 2, 3, 4, or 5 down and let's see at what point that they say, no, there's no water left. Hey, can I come to here? All right, after I get to here, please leave. Thank you. All right, I need you to come out. Yep. Okay. So I need you, plus I need you, plus I need you, and then we need you to go into there. Cool. Can I get that pipe built? Nope. I didn't want that pipe built. Okay, can I get that pipe built? Can I get that pipe built and that pipe built? All right, so I should get my water from A. Okay, it just disappeared as soon as I clicked on it. A to B, correct. All that water is connected to here. All right, once we're connected here, can I get all 3 of you guys built? All right. So, in theory, at this point, I have 150 water. And then if I add 3 more, that means I now have 300 water. Yep, so you actually need to be a pipe Mark III. Yep, you're going to need to be a pipe Mark III. Because the pipe Mark II only has 200 water in it. And then I'm going to come up to pipe 5. And we're going to go through to about this point. Okay, after I go to that, can I... Nope. 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 Come on, that one. Can I have another one of those? Just a little bridge so vehicles can get underneath. And then can I come from here to this water pipe? Okay, can I get that built? And that built. Alright, and you need to be upgraded, obviously, to be a pipe Mark III to match all your friends. And that should get my water through to here. So I have 150 plus 150 in theory, which should bring me up to, well, 300 water. Now, from there, I have another one, being these guys. These guys are pumping currently 100, so I only have 2 of them, but this is slowly filling up with water. So in that case, I'm going to unpause you, which means I have 300 plus another 150. So in theory, at this point right here, I should have 450 water, which means you need an upgrade. And you need an upgrade. No, actually, you're a pipe 3 already. So I just need, I just need this part upgraded. Okay, and I need these 3 built, which should happen soon enough, honestly. Yeah, I'm impatient. I want to destroy that. Cool. All right. So that should give me 450 water at this point. This is heading down. It's heading around. It's going all over the place. It then heads down through here, through here, through here, where it meets these 3 guys. These 3 guys should be, as we can see, the reserve is empty. So these guys should be putting another potentially 150 water onto the 450 pipe, which means you need to be upgraded. So can I upgrade you to pipe tier 4? So this means in theory at this point I have about 600 water on the pipe, unconfirmed, and then you come all the way down to here. At this point, this is where we branch off and branch off, branch in. That's fertilizer 1. And that's fertilizer 1. Okay, so the pipes just got rearranged. I just didn't delete the old pipe. I guess. It's weird to suddenly see pipes there that... Yeah, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, this should be the point I'm branching in the water from here, which comes from the oil refinery. The oil refinery has 3 of these guys, who are pumping as fast as they can, being 150, and that's going into the Grand Oil Refinery through this balancer. Now, this balancer is, in theory, sending all the water on a priority out that pipe, which goes to Grand Oil Refinery. On top of that, it sends the water out on a priority out here, which goes into a buffer tank. The idea of the buffer tank is I want to keep the water here local to here. So I want to actually upgrade that as fast as I can, so I can make sure that I can pump the most amount of water out into that pipe. On top of that, the buffer tank then puts the water back in, which also I need to upgrade to make sure that the water comes out, goes back in, and the water that goes in comes back out. Something along those lines. I have no idea why electronics are so low, but that seems a bit concerning. All right. Then we also have this being the priority in, which is the fresh water in. We have a little bit of water from here, which I believe is... That's the excess after it's gone through the refinery, which gets sent over to acid, and then whatever's left over gets sent back into here, which is correct. Yes, because the refinery needs somewhere to dump water. Okay. And then finally, after it's all done, it's all gone through the refinery, it's done acid, all that sort of things, it comes out here, goes off to making our microchips, and the excess, in theory, makes these guys, and then goes off to the main water connection. I'm going to pause this pipe. I don't want this pipe to run. I want to make sure that we have this tank probably half full of water to make sure this is still a water neutral / positive situation. Yeah. Okay. Electronics. You're running. All running. Wow. Okay. Because that's very low. That's like out low. Okay. Can I have you and you? Can I upgrade you and you? Can I build you and you? So you're now going to use 48. So that's 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay. We're using 400 copper. And I'm definitely using more rubber than I was before. Rubber's already been upgraded. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So that means at this point here, I had at least 600 water. Okay, at least 600 water continues on and gets to around the corner, and gets to this balancer. This balancer brings in theory, another 150 water, although I don't think they're working as hard as they can. Plus, we're bringing in water from the Great Waste Needle, which is an unknown amount of water. It's like a Schrodinger's pipe. And then on top of that, we have this pipe which continues up and over the hill, which in theory has another 150 water in it. So at this point, I'm pretty much guaranteed I should have 900 water in the pipes, which means I need to come to here. I make sure this pipe coming out is a 900 pipe. And we also send water this way, and that goes directly into smelting. Okay. So we have some amount of loss to smelting, but the rest of it goes this way. You are already in. You are working as well, you say. You're working as they are very full. Output is full. Output is full, and it definitely has a pipe. Okay, so that sort of implies that maybe this pipe 2 should be a pipe 3. Maybe. You're at 63%. You're at 60%. And then the question is, does this go up? So you are pretty much empty. You are still pretty much full. But if I upgrade the pipe, you can only put 150 water into it. So if I take 150 over 200, that's 75%. So if that pipe is at 75%, you're now working. Okay. So you should only ever have up to 75% in you, no more, if you're running at full speed, which you're at 90% currently. So you're a little bit over full, which means the fluid needs to flow further towards the end. Okay, you are at 76% full. Okay, so this is our 900 pipe. The theory has up to 900 water in it. When it gets to here, we siphon off just a tiny amount to run our tree saplings. Then we continue our 900 pipe to here. But we do have a buffer tank in case I have any excess water. You can live in a buffer tank. Then our 900 water continues through to here, all the way down to this point, where in theory I'm siphoning some of it off for our food processing build. Although the more things I'm burning off in the food processing build, the more water I'm making. In saying that, no, there's a pipe 2, so I've already done that. So you guys are just waiting for products. If I get more steam in theory, I get more water out. If I get more water out, it pumps into here, it then heads into here, and then it heads all the way up this pipe and back in the tank, and this becomes the main water to run the food processing. Okay, so this pipe's currently doing, in theory, nothing. And then our pipe mark 4 continues up the hill, and then goes to here where we just split it off earlier. So in theory, with the new pipes laid, the different pipes upgraded, we should be at a case of, like, that pipe's full. That pipe's full as well. Where are we? We get to here now, and that pipe's full. So if these pipes are full, there is a chance that I don't actually... You're a pipe 3. Can I make you go faster? There is a chance that I have either water we can't get through the system fast enough, or there's a chance that I might need to start siphoning water off faster, or earlier in the whole water chain. Yep. All right. Can I go to you? You are the fast action response team, who is being sent to go there, and you are dumping stuff there, and those buckets are full. Those buckets are full because until you guys where to dump dirt. Okay. Can I confirm the dirt towers? Can we just find them really quickly? You go to here. Okay. This is all marked for dirt, and you are also marked for dirt, so it should be fine. Can I have number 4 come to there? Can I remove that? Can I have 4 go through to here? Yeah. Can I remove some of this? Can I have 4 go through to here? Yeah. Can't do that, Phil. Okay. All right. So that's step 1. That's the next tier of assemblers done. Okay. We'll worry about those in the future. All right. Second dirt tower being here. Okay. Can I move you down? And then can I get a uni? Can I remove that, please? And can we have a level 4 there to here? Yep, all the way to the edge. And then can I put a ramp on that? Okay. So that's been marked for dirt as well. And then finally, I have this one, which is assigned to the copper area. And in theory, can I have a 4 here? Or 14 to there, a 14 to there, and then a 4 to here. And then can we run up from there to there? Yeah. And then here and here. Okay. Can I also get you guys to do this out 13 as well? This will be a 14. That'll be a 14. That'll be a 13. We hope for the best. Dirt tower, which is, I'm hoping, all of this area. Can I cancel that? And that. Can I have a 4 through to, yep. Then can I put in some ramps here? At least then we can retain access to get up and down. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel just that corner. Alright. So that should solve hopefully some dirt problems. Yeah, you have dirt, you have dirt. Okay. Can I have the fast action response team also take dirt to here? Here, or here. Okay, that way you have some dedicated location to drop off dirt should you not find your normal locations. Alright, so can I go to you really quickly? You, upgrade you, at least that keeps the diggy boys digging, and I think that's where we're gonna have to leave it today. We have a office. Do I want a second office? I don't know. As far as food goes, which is probably our biggest limiting factor, I have tofu we're short on, sausages we're still short on, and corn we're short on. And I can probably plant more of those. More importantly is animal feed. It's not backed up. That's what I really need to see happening. I need to have at least a decent supply of animal feed in here. Also need to have all the chickens fully populated, which means, yes, I need to have more animal feed. And so far, everything seems to be running except maybe you guys. So you have a lot of extra waste in the way of both fruit and veg. Fruit's full and veg is full. So in that case, can we go to here and can I not plant you? Can I plant corn instead? Can I go to somebody else? Veg. Can I have, rather than veg, can we have corn, I guess? Yeah. We can just do that a few times. We're really at the point where rather than removing things and swapping things out. I really want to add a third crop and then finally a fourth crop to each one of these. Fertilizer wise, we're still maxed out, so that should be fine. Belts wise, our single flat belt seems to be doing fine. Our other belts seem to be doing fine. It's a little bit bottlenecked as we work our way down here, and I could always widen out the number of belts through some areas here to increase our throughput. Actually, no, it's just when we get to the end, the aromatherapy digesters are running as fast as they can. Yep. They're not really designed to destroy a lot of material. They're just designed to destroy some material. Can I put you... Yeah. Cool. And then you would be in the way for me expanding anymore. But that's okay. I can probably move you in the future. And that's where we're going to have to leave today's episode for right now. Yep. Anything else will have to happen in the future. But we do have the food processing build running. We're now researching medical supplies. I have 200 uranium, which means you need to be upgraded. And it turns out that we did do enough mox fuel, which if I go look at the research... fast breeding reactor is right there. I only needed 60 of those. I happen to have 100 and something of them, which actually means you can go away, you can go away, you can go away, and you can go away. Yep. You're going to keep processing plutonium. We're going to store the plutonium there. That should keep our nuclear waste under control for right now. And the spent mox I'm just going to have sitting around for basically forever because they have no way of getting rid of it for very, very much. But for a lot further into the game. Yep. And as for our construction parts, they seem to have caught up. Our steel is still abysmal, which is not great, but it's something. And our office supplies are definitely working, I hope. Our glass working chairs. Oh, that's the problem. Our glass working chairs are our glass working chairs. Our glass working chairs are our glass working chairs because I didn't unpause that belt. But can we unpause that belt? So steel flows through. All right, that's not going to help me with the whole uni thing, but it's fine. It's fine. For right now, our uni should catch up sooner or later after glass rocket chairs return. And this is where I'm going to have to leave this episode. We still need to do something about steel. Definitely need to do something about steel. I don't have a way of getting more with belts, unless I want to run another whole belt. I don't have enough way to get any more iron in. On top of that, I actually think the current iron mine is not doing so well. No, they are very much not doing so well. So I need to also look at that in the future. Yeah. But for right now, this is where I'm going to call it for this one. We now have offices, or at least office. Do I want a second one? You bet I want a second one. When are we going to put in a second one? I don't know. When I feel like I'm pausing upgrading another 10 houses, because I need 1,000 people to run this, and each house gives me an extra 100 people. Yeah, each house gives me an extra 100 people, but also it increases the amount of glass rocking chairs I need. We need now 63.8, which is a problem because I think I'm only making 64. Yeah, so I'm going to have to, increase the production there as well. Also, it's going to increase the amount of luxury goods we burn through, and eventually increase the amount of poop we output. Our next tick over is 320 poop because you do 160 each, so we have a little bit of leeway. But right now, like I said, I just need to leave this video here. I have the trucks do the diggy thing, the dumpy thing, and hopefully then we can continue moving forward with the island and look into maybe trains. Maybe trains are next on the order. I don't know. But either way, I do know I'm going to say thank you for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you with the next pile of bureaucracy and paperwork in the very next episode. All right, that's it. I'm out. Bye.